back to That's Life with John Carver. This is episode number 278. And I'm calling this episode When Trust Goes Down. When Trust Goes Down. I'm sure you've been in situations and relationships when you've seen the trust just the tank just go down. And that's not very pleasant at all. I mean, it starts here to go tanks over a period of time. Now, in the military, in the government, there's several terms that try to keep people away from certain information. Some of those phrases are classified and eyes only and top secret. And these are the terms, at least in the United States of America, that have kept some information from the public's eyes. Well, those classifications are put there for reasons that sometimes are good, sometimes are not so good. And decades have come and gone where if you look hard enough, you're able to find formally classified top secret documents that have been unclassified. And many times, at least what I've discovered, is that some of those unclassified documents have proven that information at the time of when the documents were classified, that they were telling lies about the information. But the unclassified documents 50 years later, 30 years later, have seen what the truth really was. So I guess I kind of use that as like a story or a metaphor, that once certain information is disclosed that differs from the verifiable truth, trust goes down. Let me repeat that. Once certain information is disclosed that's different than the verified truth, trust goes down. Think about your own relationships. Think about the stuff that's happened in your life. When you've uncovered truth, you've uncovered information that's counter or opposite to what you thought you knew. Trust goes down pretty quickly. We've seen that in TV. We've seen it on the news, how certain information has been disclosed and then all the bulldogs come out and start attacking everybody else. So think about that in a relationship or relationships, whether they're work relationships or personal relationships. If you were to discover words or actions by people that you feel that you're close to that differ from what they say that they're doing or going to do, doesn't that create a lack of trust or a reduction in trust? What if this person or people or organization or government tried to has begun a campaign of information to convince you that they can be trusted by eliminating other bits of information and people and circumstances that'll really show you what the truth really is? These people, organizations, relatives, co-workers, they bombard you every day with reasons why you should trust them. Sometimes it's getting a little bit more difficult to kind of block, to filter out some of this bombardment of information. In my life, there's been one or two things that's really helped me get through some of this potential issue with trust. And I look for the changes in the stories of those who are attempting to get me to believe their words or their agenda. I could tell you stories all day, but one comes to mind. There was a young man who tried to convince my wife and I that he had leukemia. He sat in our home, and on two different occasions he proceeded to tell us that he had leukemia and he had to go to the hospital to get this and that done. Well, our daughter, as you know, Juliana, fought cancer 8 times, so we know a little something about cancer. And when my wife started to question him about his supposed leukemia, he couldn't answer the questions. Well, if you have leukemia, you would be able to answer the questions because you're in treatment, in quotes. Well, it was very clear that as his stories changed, we knew that he was lying. He never had leukemia. So when people in your life, when they tell you the stories and the stories change, trust goes down. So for you in your own life, it is essential that you tell the truth. I mean, whether the truth's good, bad, or ugly, it's critical that if you want to build trust with people in your life, that you need to tell the truth all the time, because really facts don't change. At least they're not supposed to change, right? The truth stands the test of time. People try to deceive you with stories all the time, but don't be intimidated about telling the truth, the verifiable truth, that is. So when you push through the stories or the agenda people are telling you, it's critical that you discover the facts sometimes on your own. Sometimes it takes a long time to do your homework to find out what these facts are. So finally, when trust goes down, humans tend to start ignoring those who they discover that have been lying to them. Let me say it again. When trust starts going down, we, you, and I, tend to start ignoring those people that we have found out that they've been lying to us. We turn them off. We understand that there's an attempt for them to deceive, to lie, to manipulate us, or to push their agenda. So stand for truth, stand for facts, because integrity does still matter. My name is John Carver. Thanks for watching.